Hello and welcome. This video will be about the restoration of my Heinkel Tourist 103A2. The bike is from 1964. I have it for the last 5 years. Previous 13 years it was sat in a barn, so obviously that's not the condition that I bought it in. What I did to the bike, basically the full strip down, sandblasted the whole body. I glass blasted the whole engine, that I will show you once I take off the tail, and then everything went into primer for the next about 3 years. It basically sat in the garage because I was in one place and the bike was about 1,000 miles away, so it took me 5 years to bring it to this state. But let's talk about the details. Right, so I will start with the basics. I'm running the bike on Continentals. I think it's K62 white walls. As you can see, I even got the spare one. So the body is painted, as you can see, in two colors. It's not the standard color scheme. I just thought it will look nice. This yellow is the same as Citroen DS yellow, and once I saw Citroen DS yellow with white roof, and for me it was really nice, and I thought, you know, other Henkels are a bit I would say sad because the colors are some well, I basically don't like them, so that's why I went with this color scheme. So a lot of parts were missing. For example, the badge was gone. I had the headlamp ring, but it was quite corroded. Show it to you later. The badge is the reproduction as the logo. This one is not as good as the previous one, but the previous one was all broken here, and I don't want to reuse it. So that's a reproduction for from Heinkel from Germany, Heinkel Club, Germany. And okay, so obviously a lot of parts were replaced, like all the rubbers. This one was basically gone. Again, I can show you the bits later. All new rubber around. I went with white because as you can see, the painting here is also changing color to white on the edge, as inside is white. So I thought it would be nice to have a white one as well. Here is some details that I really like. So before changing from one to another, I added a stripe. It actually looks like two stripes. Front, again, new rubbers. I added some like a washer kind of gasket underneath, because I didn't want it to damage the paint straight away. So and also to increase the gap between the hinge and the body. It was not the greatest in the beginning, but after adjustment it's really good now. Those are also the reproductions for Heinkel Club. It's a bit hard to push it in and lock it, but I guess once it's warm it will be possible. Again, this collar is also new. The old one was painted and was broken. Right, I kept the indicator glasses. The old one, they look pretty good. There's some little cracks. What I had to do, I had to add a grounding wire to the metal brace, because the body is so well painted that the indicators were not working properly, and I didn't want to scratch the paint on the other side to give it a contact. So I just soldered the ground wire to them, and now they work perfectly. So I did that obviously on both sides. Same stuff happened to the speedo. And so the backlight has only the bulb, which is supplied with 12 volts, and on the beginning it was not working because there was no ground on the back of the speedo. So I also added the ground wire to it. The frame has the stock one that I basically polished, but it's sat few years in the box, so it's oxidized again, but it looks quite nice, same as this switch. It's also polished. On the beginning it was basically it's nice, it had like a mirror effect, but it's sat few years in the box and oxidized again. I probably will give it a final polish before the bike is full road legal. So as you can see, I don't have my rubbers yet on both sides, but I'm thinking I will possibly use some leftovers from my seat. I got some spare leather I will possibly put here once I know the bike is alright. So possibly I will buy some temporary cheap black rubbers, the grips on my handlebar. And once I know everything is running correctly, I will put the leather, a bit of foam underneath. Right, this cup is a custom made from aluminium. You can remove the screw and fit the mirror that I have. On the other side I got the stock one, the Magura one. So let's go down. You can see I glass blasted the cover of my fusible block because it was painted and I just didn't want to sand it. I think, let me take it off. Alright, so see, it was glass blasted on really low pressure. So the finish is quite nice. I did the same for the other part, and it refreshed the terminals and the copper. Obviously new fuses. It looks really nice, and I'm pretty sure that the contact is really good. Okay, let's leave this here. I also had to open the ignition, and I blasted inside as well because everything was oxidized. So I was worried that there will be a poor contact. So that was done, reassembled, everything worked correctly. I polished my hinge, and here I use some washers. They are like a stainless steel washers with some rubbers on the back, so they don't damage the paint. Here I have some nice washers from the club from Germany. Also here and there. Right. I also bought a new rubber. The old one was damaged slightly and changed the color, so I bought that one, the foot pedal rubber as well. Remember, when you're fitting the screws to your floor, don't use the stainless ones unless you want to. Then remember to put some grease between the screw and the floorboard, because due to the voltage difference, your aluminium will start to corrode. it doesn't happen in, like, you know, weeks. It will take a year or more, and you will see some basically white powder dropping out once you will have to remove the screw. So watch out for that. I had to drill the locks, I mean this one. So now I got the reproduction from the club. I polished the flap slightly because it was painted with the whole bike, and the insert is slightly shorter, so that's the position when it's to get some better. So it's a bit deeper than the stock one, but I had no key, and well, I think I had to take everything to the place where they can copy your key, and then maybe they would be able to fix it. But once well, make you a new key, but once I drilled the insert and take it out, I realized the lock was basically cracked on the back, on the end. So I made a good choice buying a new one. That's this one. So I guess some of you guys might not use it often, but I guess I will. So I think it's good to have it. So let's go to the back. Full leather seat with a white on the sides, also leather. Open this for you. Also, this lock had to be replaced. I got the old one. They look pretty much the same, but again, I had no key. Right, the engine tank. Okay, so let's have a look here. I changed the wiring a bit, so I introduced the connector in this place. It's on basically on the clip on the back that goes into this hole. The connector is waterproof and is applied in the automotive industry. It comes from Nissan car. Okay, so I also custom made those. They're not yet finished. I mean, they are, but the shaft that goes through the middle is not yet fixed. However, I think I actually might keep it the way that I can remove the shaft. So that's basically the way I think I will keep it, so it's not that easy to remove it. I will obviously carry this with me, but I got, I think, 2 more sets of those if anybody is interested. I had to reduce the diameter on the end because it was really hard to fit them because of the edge of the clamp. Alright, I will take off the body in a moment. Obviously new carbs, it's again from the club. We got also those rubbers, there's 5 of them, 2 on the front, 3 on the back, and you need to have your seat really well aligned so they sit on this. It's a bit cold now, so you can see that they're a bit deformed, and I got this edge lining also from the club. The seat was powder coated, same as this plate that also came from the club. I think it was stainless steel, but to match the colors I decided to paint it, well, to powder coat it like this bit. This is as well powder coated as the frame and the engine shields. Let's go to the back. Again, the same tire as the others. The rack was really corroded, so I had to replate it. I did the replating in Poland because I'm Polish, so it was cheaper for me to do it that way. It took them about, I think, 14 to 16 weeks to do it because they have such a long list people wanting to renovate the pods, and they do basically vintage cars and stuff. It's really good quality, so if you want to contact those guys, let me know and I will give it to you. Here also custom made those nuts. Possibly you can get those somewhere, but because it was not possible for me to get the stainless steel ones for the wheels, which need to have a cone shape on the end, I made the sets for the whole bike. They're a bit different because those on the rims, they with cone shape on the end, right, to center the wheel, the rim on the hub correctly. But those I made basically flat because they go through the washer. I could actually make a washers with a cone shape and then have the same nuts everywhere, but that was basically easier. So that's how I did it. I also have some vintage suitcase that goes on the top. I actually have two because I'm planning to have a trailer. Not decided which one yet. I think the path would be the best, but they're a bit pricey these days and hard to find. So I might go with some replica. Okay, I think I will take off the body and show you the engine and rest. Maybe a bit of explanation how this works. As you all know, the key, it's a bit strange key. I'd also do buy one from the club because mine was missing. I didn't want to start it with a screwdriver. Okay, so it goes first click. All right, now we can see we got ignition. If we go, I think right, we got daytime running lights. If we go left, we go with a low beam. Change the switch. Sorry, that's a low beam, that's a high beam. You see on the low beam you can use your buttons to blink. Alright, my horn currently is not working because I'm missing this plate. I lost the rivet, and so now I need to find the rivet, a really small screw that I will be able to put my plate back, and then it will be working. So this is obviously working. Then your low beam, high beam, low beam, high beam, and then blink. Okay, so here you got your indicator lamp. So if I go down, that's a right indicator. This will blink. You see, let's go to the back as well. The whole lamp on the back is also from the club. My old was basically destroyed, half of it was missing. So there's a nice backlight on your plate, which I'm still missing. I need to register my bike. So I will show you. Well, I want to show you because the front is on the bike, but I use a unit for the indicators that is not there's no impact from the current, so you can have different bulbs, or even if you connect a trailer it won't blink faster or slower. It's basically a potentiometer right on the bottom of it, and you can adjust the speed, how fast it blinks. So even if I disconnect the tail in a moment, I'll show you that the indicators on the front will be blinking with the same speed. I think that's really good because you can use LED bulbs, or you can use the normal ones. I think they 18 watts, which was a bit hard to find. The guy in the shop didn't believe me that I can get those bulbs in 18 watts, but I got them as they should be, they 18 watts. same as stop lamp, and the front indicators, they're also 18 watts. Okay, so I will take it off and show you the rest. I also changed the speedo to 000 because I had no clue if that was a real mileage on my bike. So this bike was basically spare parts for, was a donor bike for the other one, so being no harm, I got the old mileage, but everything's brand new, so I think it was a good choice. I also repainted the needle with a nail polisher, call that. Okay, the rest is stock. The backlight is quite it's not that good, so if you guys have any improvements to that, let me know. I think there's like a small white plate in between the Tahoe and the bulb, which is supposed to spread the light around, but I think that's not doing the best job. I'm running the bulb that was described in the manual, so either I will change it to some stronger LED one, or I don't know, add some stripes inside to give it a more light backlight, because to be honest, I'm not sure if you can see the speed when you will be driving in the dark. Alright, okay, let's take off the back and talk more about the engine. I also polished those. I polished these handles as well, but after I think 4 years they oxidized, not the levers for some reason, possibly as a different aluminium. Right,